least it's on YouTube. That's always a big.
Oh yeah.
We're a little early, but that's okay. Let's leave it. We're not disconnecting anything. Now it is.
All right, today's January 31st, 2:45 in the afternoon at Ben Boeke. Team Alaska 16s playing Oilers 18U. If you can't hear me, shoot me a text. Let me know if I need to move to the other side or talk louder. We don't have the mic today, but gonna try and do it.
Okay.
So face off, one back. Oilers send it down for an ice. We've got Spain, Keon, and Gavin on the front end with Bodie and Jaden on the back end. Face off to the right of the Oilers' tender. Puck drop, one back. Spainer with a shot, bounces off the defender's leg. Jaden to pick that up, carry that down to the half wall. Takes a look, tries to get it in front to Keon. Keon tries to shelf it, hits the goalie's chin and bounces out. Oilers heading up the ice with it. 3-on-2 over the blue, 3-on-2 over the blue of the back checker. Bodie picks it up, moves it up the wall to Spainer. Spainer pressures the D. Puck comes back to Bodie. Gavin helping him out there on the wall. Puck gets run around. Out to the Oilers D, bounces out. Puck comes back in. Bodie's got it behind our net. Over to Jaden. Jaden up to Roman. Roman carries it across the blue, leaves it for Yakel. To Warall in the center. Now we've got Warzy, Yaks, and Roman on the front with Learsy and Gator on the back end. Puck comes back to Gator. He's got lots of room. Walks in, takes a shot. Rebound in front. Nobody picks it up. Oilers off the glass. Out to Learman. Off a glove and back to Gator, but no call. Gator moves that up to Learman, to Yakel, to Roman. Roman carries it across the blue. Drops it for Warzy. He was tied up, picked up by Gator. Gator walks into the slot, moves it across. Learsy with a shot that goes high and wide, comes back to the blue. Gator holds that in and fires it deep into the corner. Roman giving chase behind the net. Warzy with a good stick poke on that, keeps it down low in their end. Oilers behind their net, try and bring it back to short side, getting pestered by the forwards. They move it out high and wide. Yakel with a good stick check out of the air, fires it back in on net. Goalie save and drops it for his D. They were going to try and catch us on a change. We got a wholesale change going on. Now we've got Spencer, Gonzo, and Green on the front with Longer and Neelius on the back end. Longer's got the puck, moves it over to Neely. Neely up to Greeny. Greeny's taking a look. He's going to carry it out, moves it back over to Long. Long chips that past the attacker. Oilers pick that up and try and get a jump on us on the blue line. Offsides Oilers. All right, no change for skaters on TA. We still have Spencer, Gonzo, and Greeny on the front with Sawyer and Longer on the back end. Puck tied up in front of TA's bench. Comes across. Greeny with the stick check. Puck comes back to Green over to Long. Long tries to connect the pass to Spencer just off his tape and goes to the far end for icing. Face-off will be to the right. To the right of Torsten. All right, it looks like we've got Gavin, Keon, and Spainer on the front end with Bodie and Jaden on the back end. Draw was one back. Keon coming up the ice, gets around one skater, slides into the net, and draws a penalty. So Team Alaska's going to go on the power play. Looks like they're have Spain, Gavin, and Keon on the front end with Jaden and Learsy on the back end. 2-minute power play, Team Alaska. Face off, one back to the corner by the Oilers. Gavin pokes that to Keon. Keon's going to come up the half wall, move it back to Learsy. Learsy's going to look, give it to Jaden. Bounces over his stick. He regains control, takes a look. Moves it down to Spainer. Spainer's coming up the wall. leaves it for Jaden. Jaden puts that in deep, tied up on the boards. Gavin comes out with it, moves it back to Spain. Spain's going to move that back to Jaden. Jaden's going to walk in, take a look, move it over to Learsy, bouncing puck off of his feet, the stick. Oilers able to get it and clear it out. Goes full length ice to Torsten. Torsten's going to set up, make the pass over to Learman. Learman's going to carry behind the net. Somehow that slips through the forechecker. He's going to continue to carry it up the ice to the half wall and move it back to Jaden on the point. Jaden's going to take a look, move it over to Keon on the far half wall. Keon's going to walk in. Oh, and he had Spader in front to try for the one time that he couldn't connect. Oilers able to clear that out just past the blue again. Learman moves that over to Keon. Keon's going to walk in, put the puck behind the net. Spader picks it up, comes up, takes a look, moves it to Jaden. Jaden's going to move it to Bodie. Bodie's going to walk in. Lots of room. Takes a shot just wide. Comes back up the wall. They try to clear it out off Jaden's skate. Keon's able to pick that up, hold it in. He's got 3 wide coming in. Moves it across to Warzy and gets a great tip in. So we got Keon to Warzy with a tip in on the power play. All right, so now skaters on the front end. We have Warzy out there still with Roman and Yackel, and we got Longer and Nelius on the D. Face off, won by TA, over to Warzy, and he dumps it in, gives chase, picks up his own dump in, moves it over to Roman. Roman moves it up to Sawyer, back down to Roman. Roman gets pinched on the wall. Oilers get control and move it back. They're trying to move it around. They're trying to do a cross ice. Roman bats that out of the air. Oilers pick it up, move it back deep into their end, try and get a pass across. It gets broken up by Yackel. Still in their end, having a little trouble getting control of it. They move it across D to D. Taking a look, Sawyer pinches in and misses his man. The puck comes back. Yackel gains control, moves it up to Roman. Roman's going to carry the puck in. Tries to cut across, bouncing puck. Warzy, stick check on that. Longer picks it up, moves it back to Nelius on the point. Nelius with a shot. Almost goes in on pocket on the tinder, goes to the corner, and Yackel battling in the corner, puts it back to Sawyer. Gonzo to help him out. Gonzo able to keep that in on the blue. Oilers got someone behind us. Longer with a great stick, breaks up that pass, turns it around the other way. Now we've got 3-on-2 coming back with a back checker the other way. Longer deep in the corner. Moves that puck back to Yackel. Yackel on the half wall trying to gain possession. Oilers ice the puck. All right, so on the front end, we have Spencer, Gonzo, and Greeny out with Learsy and Gator on the back end. Face off to the left of the Oilers goalie. Puck drop, tangle up still at the dot. Oilers come out with it, try moving wide. So take a look, move it up short side. They dump it in, hard around. In to get it is Gator. They try and center the puck, picked up by Spelrick. On the half wall, Oilers come out, they walk to the middle, shot over the net and into the upper netting whistle. Face off will be to the right of Deco. Oh, sorry, to the left of Djokovic. No change of skaters for TA, still the same forwards out. Spencer in for the draw, able to win that back. Learsy picks that up, carries it around behind the net, he's looking for Gonzo. Off the glass, just over Gonzo's stick, goes back to the Oilers. They try and clear it out. Spencer gloves that down, is able to get that in. Oilers butterfly that back out to the neutral zone. Dearman gives chase, first one to it. He's going to slam on the brakes, try and look for a quick out. Moves it over to Gonzo in the middle. It gets off his stick to the Oilers. Back the other way, Applegate gets that picked up. Greeny fires that out past the blue. It goes off an Oilers shin pad, so it should not be icing, but they call it ice. Face-off will be to the left of Djokovic. Looks like we're getting a wholesale change with Gavin, Spainer, and Keon, and Bodie and Jaden out on D. Gavin coming in for the draw. runs that back. Bodie picks it up. Stops bringing back short side. Runs into trouble, puts it around behind the net to Jaden. Jaden goes in, loses an edge and goes down. Gavin there to help him out, gives it back to Bodie. Bodie moves it around behind the net. Spainer takes a look, finds Keon in the middle. Keon's coming in, he's got Gavin with him. Finds Gavin. Gavin shoots it under the tinder and wide of the net, just barely misses. It rings back to Bodie. Bodie hammers it back in deep. Keon's got it in the corner again, coming around behind the net, takes a look. Tries to thread the needle through the front, it gets chipped outside. Bodie recovers it, moves it to Spain. Spain to Keon, to Mac. Oilers pick that up, move that out. Spain has it in the neutral zone, moves it over to Bodie. Bodie moves it up to Spainer. Puck's bouncing quite a bit today. It must be a warm puck or something. Jaden's got it back in our end. Carries it around, leaves that over to Bodie. Bodie's going to carry that up. Carry it through traffic. I'm going to continue carrying it. Gives it to Gavin. Gavin tries to get around. Gets picked off. Now we've got Warzy out on the front end. Long. Back on one of the Ds. And Bodie's still on the ice for D. Gavin picks up the puck. Tries to move it up. Gets it to Spain. Spainer tries to get it to Warzy. Just a little bit long of his stick. Warzy's got it in the middle. Tries to move it up. It gets tangled up in the legs of an Oiler. We're going to get a tripping call on Bodie. So TA will go on the penalty kill with 7:04 left in the first period. Oilers will be on a 2-minute power play. Out for the kill, it looks like we have Marcotte and Warzy on the front end with Jaden and Learman on the back. Face off to the right of Djokovic. Marcotte in for the draw, ties up his man. Learman steps in and backhands that full length of the ice. The Oiler goalie comes out to play it up to their D. They're going to take it behind their net. Didn't settle it down at all. He tried to grab a gear and coming out, he runs out of room with Roman and Learman angling out, and he dumps it in, and Learman runs the race to the puck, tries to poke it around. Oilers come up with it, come out from behind the net, move it up to their D. They're going to move it over to the half wall. He's looking for some room to get a shooting or a passing lane. They're going to leave it back out to their D. Loose. Ooh, Warzy almost able to poke that out. Jaden comes up with the puck, able to fire that in deep into the zone, and Oilers back to retrieve it. Looks like we've got Spencer and Keon out on the front end now. We've got too many men on the ice. We need to get somebody off. They didn't catch that. Now we've got not enough guys. Now we've got the right amount of guys on the ice. 1:07 left on a penalty kill. Oilers control the puck in the neutral zone. Spencer with a good stick check picks it up. They come in. Him and Keon. He moves it over to Keon in front. Keon with the backhand on net. Regains control. Tries to get it back to the D to kill more time. It comes back. Gator able to poke that back in. We got Gator and Elias on the back end with Spencer and Keon on the front. Oilers pass that up, chip that in long with no icing. Gator back to recover it. Settles it down behind the net, hard off the glass and out. It goes full length to the ice. 34 seconds left to kill on the penalty. Oilers pick it up, wheel around behind their net. Got lots of room, he's going to skate it up. Pass off the stick and they tip it in deep. Back to recover to Sawyer. He's going to ring that around the boards hard. It gets stopped on the far side by the Oilers. They carry it back down the middle of the corner. Move it out to the far side. He's going to lock in. Shot on net. Djokovic saw the whole way. Easy save for Deco, and they fire it out and clear it down. Puck moved back up to the Oilers defense. Roman swinging in to cut the angle off. They lose the puck. Warzy almost able to pick that up. They pass up to their forwards, move it in. We killed off the penalty. We were back to full strength. So we have Sawyer and Applegate out on the back end with Warzy, Roman, and Yackel on the front. Yackel carrying the puck up out of our zone through traffic. 3-on-2 with the back checker. He's getting stick checked pretty good. Gets it back to Warzy. He sends a bouncer on net. Roman giving chase. He's able to recover the puck behind the net. Tries to get it to Warzy in front, but it gets picked off. They feed the puck out. Learman picks it up in the middle. He's going to carry it in. 3-on-1. Shoots, and the goalie makes a belly save. They should have yelled a little louder and let them know there was 3 wide there on that one. All right, so it looks like we got some fresh legs coming out on the ice. We got Greeny, Gonzo, and Spencer on the front end with Longer and Learsy on the back. Face off to the right of the Oilers. Puck drop, won by the Oilers, rings around. Longer's going to seal that off and hold that in. feeds it down low to Gonzo. He's got control. He's going to take a look, give it over to Learman. Learman settles it down, puts it on net. Great shot on net. Rebound goes to the corner. Green and Gonzo battle him in the corner. Oilers come up with the puck, try and ice it out. Longer able to break that up. Oilers carry the puck back into their zone. Now they've got it up and they come through the neutral zone across our blue against Longer. Longer takes the body on that one and Learman picks the puck up, moves it up to Gonzo. Gonzo coming down one on two, dumps it in, able to pick up his own dump in, moving in front, goes through Greeny's feet. Spencer battling for the puck on the half wall, keeps it down low. He takes a hit, kind of an elbow to the head, but keeps going. They try and clear it out. Jaden able to hold that in, just rings it back in hard around. It's going to go to the far side. Oilers chip that out. It's going to be icing. Looks like we're getting some fresh legs for both teams coming on the ice. We've got Spain, Hunzinger, and Held on the front end with Jaden and Bodie on the back end. Face off to the right of the Oilers tender with 3:25 left in the first. Gavin in for the draw. Gavin Held. Puck drop. Oilers still tangled up in the feet. Squirts out. Oilers have control of their blue. Carry it out 1-on-2. He's going to go over the red and dump that in. Go back to stop the puck. Jaden's going to pick it up. Come around. Reverse it back. Still tied up in the corner with Gavin helping him out. Gavin comes up with the puck, moves it up to Spain. Spain carries the puck across our blue line, headed in. He's going to dump that in. Him and Keon giving chase. Spain picks up his own dump in, carries it around behind the net, moves it back to Bodie. Bodie's going to move it over to Jaden, just out of reach. Jaden carries the puck down in the corner, takes it in, tries to put it in front to Spainer. Spainer carries it behind the net. He loses the puck. It comes back up to Keon on the blue line. He's able to chip that in. Gavin puts it through his legs back to Keon, to Spain, to Gavin, to Jaden. Jaden with a shot short side that gets pad saved away. Oilers butterfly that out to the neutral zone. Keon gloves that down, moves it up to Gavin. Gavin's going to turn and hit the gas, get tangled up. Keon picks up the puck in traffic, one hand on his neck, shovels it at the net. Goalie's going to cover that for a whistle. Face-off will be to the left of the Oilers goalie. We're getting
Holding.
fresh legs. Looks like we've got a power play. Okay, so we've got Roman, Warzy, and Yakel on the front end with Bodie and Sawyer on the back end. 2-minute power play. Puck drop right in front, comes over to Sawyer on the half wall. He's going to carry it down low, protect the puck, keep control of it, look for an outlet. He's got Warzy. Warzy moves it up to Bodie. Bodie walks the blue, moves it back down to Sawyer. Sawyer gets tangled up there, and Oilers carry the puck out, try and ice it. Bodie knocks it out of the air, gains control. He takes the hit, but still comes up the puck, moves the far side across to RJM heading up the ice. RJM carries the puck in, goes around behind the net, going to settle it down, moves it to Yakel. Yakel across to Sawyer. Sawyer takes a look, hits the goalie stick. Warzy with the rebound and shovels it in. His second one of the night. Getting hungry in front of the net pays off. Able to get the rebound and shove it in there. Oilers are going to be back to full strength. We got a wholesale change on TA side. We've got Greeny, Gonzo, and Spencer on the front end with Sawyer and Longer. Sorry, not a wholesale. Sawyer stayed out. So Longer came out to help out Sawyer on the back end. Puck drop. Greeny comes up with that. Going to chip that in. Picked up by the Oilers. Green holds that in at the blue and they try and get it out. Now it does squirt out. Longer able to break up that pass with the skate. Moves it up to Green. Green chips that back in the zone. Oilers retrieve. They do a pass right across their crease. Still able to clear the zone though. Long recovers that. He's going to move that over to Green. Green's going to chip that off the boards to try and get to Spencer, but it gets broken up. Back to Longer. Longer's got the puck, moves it over to Gonzo on the far side. Gonzo's coming up. Gets over their blue. He's going to put that down to Spencer. Spencer moves it back to Long. Long gives it to Gator. Gator's going to carry that in. Take a look. He's going to go behind their net. Oh, he tries to move it in front to Spencer on the short side, but it goes under his stick. Oilers come up the ice. They get tangled up just over our blue line. Green able to clear that out up to Spencer. And the Oilers gain control and put that back in. Applegate with a good hit on the right front of the benches. Gonzo picked up the puck, moves it to Learman. Learman carries it up now. We've got Gavin on the front end with him. Learman leaves it for Gavin, and he goes for the net. Gavin shoots a puck just wide. Keon picks it up on the far side, and Spain is out on the front end to help out with Learman and Gator on the back end. Puck comes back to Learman. He walks the blue, gives it back to Spainer, bounces over him, goes to the corner, comes back to Spain. Now Gavin's got it. He cycles it deeper for Spain. Spain feeds it out to Keon. Keon gets a shot on net, but the goalie makes a pad save. Puck squirts out right through the slot. Gator able to pick that up, keep that in, and just fire that back around. Into the first period. So it's Team Alaska 2. They've been able to capitalize on 2. All right, second period about to start. We've got Gavin, Keon, and Spainer on the front end with Learsy and Gator on the back end. The draw was one back move D-to-D by TA. It's back in our zone now. Spainer on the half wall gets that to Applegate. Applegate moves that to Learman. Learman's going to come up the ice. We got 4-on-2 with a back checker. He gives it to Keon. Keon circles back. He's going to end up taking that deep in their zone behind the net. And Gavin retrieves that, moves it around to the far side. He's going to take a look, move that up to, try to get it to Applegate, but it gets tangled up by one of the Oilers. Oilers come down our side just across the blue line, take a far shot on Djokovic. And a save. We'll have a face-off to the right of Djokovic. Looks like a wholesale change for Team Alaska. We've got Yakel, Roman, and Warzy on the front end with Jaden and Bodie on the back end. Puck drops. TA wins that back to the corner. Bodie picks that up, carries around behind the net, moves it up to Yakel. Yakel sees Warzy on the far end. Yakel's going in alone, or Warzy in alone. Tries for the 5-hole. It gets blocked by. Puck down low in the corner. Yakel able to retrieve that, moves that back out. Warzy battling. Comes out over the blue. Bodie picks that up in the middle and turns it the other direction. He's going to carry that up through traffic. It gets over their blue line and turns over to them. They try and connect with a pass. It gets deflected off Yakel's stick. Jaden back to recover. Jaden turns the corner, passes to Bodie. Bodie moves it up to Yakel. Yakel's going to put that back out for Bodie. Nice giving goal through the neutral zone. Bodie's going to carry that in. He's got Warzy in front. Warzy's still in front, puts it there, wasn't able to connect and get it in the net. We got Sawyer out on the D now. They float one out, and it's going to be 1-0 against Deco. Deco makes a great save. Oh, that went in. I thought he saved it.
He did. Somehow leaked through.
My bad, I apologize. I say he made a great save and it ended up dropping in and rolling in. I misread that. Okay, so we've got Spencer, Greeny, and Gonzo on the front end with Launer and Elias on the back. Puck drop, Back to Oilers defense. They try and move it out. Gonzo's able to keep that in, runs it down low into the corner, cycles it up to Green. Green's going to put that back down low. Spencer's going to pick that up, try and get it out in front. It gets out in front, nobody there to get it. Oilers try and clear that out longer, picks it up in the neutral zone and sends it right back in. It goes off the dasher with a weird bounce and high into the netting. Face-off's probably going to be they're putting it at center ice. No change of skaters for Team Alaska. Same kids on the ice. Puck drop, one back to Nelius. He's going to gain the red line. Take a look. Tried to dump that in far corner. Bounces over the defender's stick to the Oilers goalie, and he's going to hold it for a whistle. Face off to the right of the Oilers. Still no change of skaters for TA. Spencer in for the draw. Puck drop. Gonzo has it in front. Gets a backhander on net. We'll have another face off there. Puck drop. Still in the center. It goes behind the Oilers net. They go off the glass. That's going to be a high stick. They wave it off. Puck in Long's feet on the right in front of the TA bench. Oilers pick it up, move it back to their D. He's going to move it back towards the same way it came from. Comes out of their zone. Longer recovers, moves it over to Nelius. Nelius is going to come up, try to move it to center. It gets broken up. He sends it back to Long. Pass is going to be just out of Gonzo's reach and an icing on TA. Face-off's going to be to the left side of Djokovic. Looks like we've got Learsy and Applegate coming out on D with Spain, Keon, and Gavin on the front end. Puck drop, one back to Djokovic, and he's going to cover that. We'll have another face-off there. Face-off won by Gavin. Learman picks that up, brings it around to Keon. Keon is going to circle back in our zone and give that to Applegate, who's coming up the ice. Applegate tries to dump that in. It gets gloved down. They send it out. They had a guy behind both RD. Come in 1-0 again on Djokovic. Now we have the same forwards out. We have Spainer, Keon, and Gavin with Jaden and Bodie out on D. Gonna have to keep an eye out on their cherry picker floater that they're leaving back there to feed through the middle. Puck comes up, neutral ice, bouncing around a little bit. Oilers have control of it. Try to go far side. Puck comes to Bodie. He's going to get control of it. Towards to Keon. It's going to clear our zone. Oilers hammer that right back in. Jaden back to recover. Jaden's going to carry the puck up through traffic. It gets tied up. Spainer recovers. Now the Oilers have it. Back to Bodie. Bodie's going to send the puck off the boards and out into the neutral zone. Oilers break that pass up and come back in again 2-on-1. Shot goes wide of the net. Bodie picks that up in front, moves it in Spain's direction. Spain's going to give chase. Oilers move it D to D. Lose control of the puck. Spain's there, picks it up, tries to move it out to the center, misses. We're all stick. Oilers come up with it the other way. They move it back. Long is out on point. Now with Nelius. Spain's carrying the puck in. He tries to feed it back to our point, but the pass is picked off by the Oilers. They come back the other way. Nelius able to bounce that off the wall. Gets recovery of that. He's taking a look, trying to find somebody. We got some forwards that need to get a change. They've been out there a long time and tired. Spainer's heading to the bench. We got RJM and Warzy out, getting some fresh legs for Yackle to come on the ice. Shot off the post by Warzy. RJM recovers at the corner, moves it back to Long. Long's going to take a look, gives it to Yackle down low. Yackle still protects the puck. skates out, moves it to Worrell. Worrell turns, fires it into some shin pads. Oilers come out the other way. Sawyer with a great poke check, keeps it deep down in their zone. Oilers try and move it D to D out. Long reach for it at the red line. Applegate steps up and finishes the hit. So we got Learman and Applegate out on D with Yackel, Worzy, and Roman on the front end. 2-2 with 10:06 left in the second period. Puck drop, won by Roman to Yackel that was coming across. He's going to gain red, get that in deep. Race for the puck and win the race for the puck. Tries to move it out to Roman, it gets broken up, goes behind Oilers' net. We're all there. We're all cycles out back behind their net. Oilers pick that up, try to get it off the glass now. Applegate keeps that in and hammers it in on net. Puck goes around behind Oilers' net. Roman there. Shoves the puck back. Yackel picks it up. He tries to move across to Applegate. It goes off the skate high in the air. Gets gloved down. We have a turnover and there is in with Roman and Worrell. Roman gets a shot that gets blocked by the Wheelers. Yackel fires one on net with Worzy there. Worzy not able to recover. Puck comes out. Oilers carrying the puck over the red line. They try and do a drop pass at the blue that exits our zone. We're all there on the forecheck. Oilers fire the puck back in. Applegate tries to do a cross-ice pass, gets picked off by the Oilers. It's on our half wall. Bouncing puck recovered by the Oilers and dumped in deep in our zone. They win the race to the puck and try to move it in front. Applegate has control of it, starting to skate up. Takes a look, moves it to Worrell that didn't see it coming. Worrell pokes that farther ahead. Stopped in front by Yackel. He shoves it back to Gonzo with a one-timer and a glove save by the Oilers. Miscommunication still turned into a scoring opportunity, luckily. So it looks like we've got some new skaters on the ice. We have Spencer, Greeny, and Gonzo on the front with Bodie and Jaden on the back end. Face off to the left of the Oilers goalie. Spencer in for the draw, waiting for one more skater for the Oilers to come on the ice. Puck drop, one to the short wall. Leaves their battle and Spencer comes up with it, tries to get it deeper. It comes across to Bodie. Bodie holds the blue. Tries to fire that in, able to hold it in, and it goes deep on the second try. Oilers recover it, move it around behind their net, D to D. They take a look, try to go far side. Gonzo breaks up that pass. Oilers recover the puck though and try and move it back. Spencer giving chase. Into this man out in the corner behind the net. Gonzo has control, gives it back to Spencer. Spencer carries it behind the net. Gets tangled up, puck comes behind the net. Green gives chase. Jaden drops down, is able to seal that off on the wall. Greeny recovers the puck, takes a step out. Shot on net, pad save, and whistle. Face off is going to be to the left. Looks like we're getting some fresh legs on the ice. We've got Longer and Nelius coming out on D with Spainer, Keon, and Gavin on the front end. Gavin in for the draw with the puck drop. It's tied up there in the middle. Gets kicked back by the Oilers. Shot back to Nelius. He holds the blue. Gavin gets control of it. Tries to cycle it down to Spain. It's in Spain's feet. Keon comes out with the puck. He got a bouncing puck in on the stick. He still has control of it. Comes back through the slot. Tangled up in the feet. He loses control of it. Oilers come back the other way. Oilers carry it deep in our corner, and Gavin able to tie the man up, get him off the puck. It comes around the long. Oilers have control of the puck behind our net again. They move it to the short side, out to their D. Their D is going to walk the blue. Take a look, long shot off to Kovic's chest.
Go, buddy, go!
Ooh, another deflected puck. Hit the leg pad onto Kovic. That was had two different redirects right in front of him. Puck on the half wall. The Oilers seem like they've got some new life here. We need to take the wind out of their sails. They move the puck back to their D. D walks, long shot under to Kovic, and he's going to get a whistle. Face off to the right side of Kovic. We've got Worzy, Roman, and Yackle coming out on the front end with Learman and Applegate on the D. Puck drop, Roman ties up his man, able to pick that up, fires that off the glass, takes a weird bounce, Yackle still gets it, finds Warzy on the far side, Warzy comes in, shot just wide of the net, it rings around, Applegate able to keep that in, Warzy picks it up down low, he's got Yackle in front of him, he walks in, backhanded off the post, goes up into the upper netting for a whistle. It'll be a face-off to the left of the Oilers' Pinder. No change of skaters for TA. Puck drop goes back, Applegate keeps that in the blue. On the short side half wall, puck comes out. They shoot just high over the net. Puck comes back up to their D. Roman and Warzy there, gets back to Learman. Learman's gonna ring that around. Applegate tries to get control of it, and then the ref gets tangled up. Oilers have the puck behind their net, move it back out to their D. D's gonna walk a little bit, tries to get it in. Puck goes to the corner, Applegate going in for pressure. They move the puck out, get a shot on net. Kovic with a butterfly save, back to the corner. Oilers have control of the puck behind their net, gets poked away by Learman, moved up to Yackle. Yackle does a shoulder check, finds the open lane, makes a move, sauce pass up to Warzy. Warzy's going to carry that into the foul zone. Cycles that up. Nobody able to get that one, so it goes back to Bodie. And Bodie turns that around the other way, and Yackle's playing into his own. Gonzo with a one-time right in front of the net. So that was all right, so it looks like now we've got Greeny, Spencer, and Gonzo out on the front end with Jaden and Bodie on the point. Gonzo with a one-timer goal. Face-off, one back by Spencer to Bodie. Bodie's going to gain the red line, tries to get that deep, but still at the blue. Bodie had control and Gonzo dumped that in. Oilers recover, move it D to D across. Greeny giving chase, able to hold that puck in. Now Spencer on him. Puck comes squirting back. Greeny gains control, walks across the slot, takes a look, and tries to cycle it to Gonzo. Puck goes to the corner, back behind the net. Green's going to make a hit. Puck comes out. Greeny's going to get a roughing call for that. They thought it was probably a little bit late. So William will go back on the penalty kill. Greeny's going to take a break. Face-off will be down here to the left of Kovic. Out on the penalty kill, we have got Bodie and Sawyer on the point with Roman and Warzy on the front end. 3-2 Team Alaska with 4 minutes and 56 seconds left in the second period. Roman ties up his man at the draw, but the puck comes back to the Oiler D. They're going to move it D to D. On the half wall, he's going to take a look and skate around. Moves it back down to the short side, back up to the D. Warzy with a great stick on that, able to tie that up, break up that play. Oilers pick it up again, block. They get a long shot on Kovic, gloves it down and gets a whistle. Looks like we've got Learman and Jaden coming out on point. With still the same two forwards on the front, Warzy and RJM. Puck drop. Still there inside the circle. Oilers come up with it. They move it out. Going to go to the D in the center. Warzy there breaks it up, blocks the shot off his foot. That one stung a little bit. They move the puck down to the half wall. They try walking in. Shot to Kovic. Save. They carry the puck behind the net. Move it up to the half wall and back. They're going to move it high. The guy's going to move it back where it came from. He's going to take a step in and shoot. Kovic with an easy save on that one. Oilers, looks like they have a penalty for something. They blew the whistle again after the whistle and call in a slash or an unsportsmanlike or something. 2-minute slashing, I guess, after the whistle. So it's going to be 4-on-4 hockey. The face-off will be down, and the Oilers in to the right of their tender. We've got Spencer and Gonzo on the front end with Bodie and Sawyer on the back. 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 11 seconds. Spencer in for the drop. Puck drop, tied up. Spencer comes up with the puck. Cycles low on the corner, gets across, carries the puck behind the net. Down Gonzo, battering down low. Sticks and hands are flying. Gonzo moves it up toward the D. Sawyer moves that back to Bodie. Bodie's going to wheel, leave that back for Sawyer to change direction. Sawyer's going to carry it up, give it to Spencer just a little bit long. Puck off the glass and out, back to Bodie. Bodie's going to change directions with it, carry it over the red line. Take a look, we got 3-on-2. Bodie gets a shot, off the goalie's glove and wide of the net. It comes around. Sawyer able to hold that in. He's going to circle away from trouble. He's got Gonzo on the far side. Puck bounces over his stick. Gonzo gains control. Still has control of the puck. Shot on net and a save and a whistle. Face-off will be to the right side of the Oilers' tender. Still 4-on-4 hockey for 21 more seconds. Looks like we have Roman and Yackel coming out on the front end with Jaden and Learsy on the back. Face-off controlled by the Oilers. They're going to carry it up, try to fire that out. Yackel picks that up, changes directions, tries to get it to Roman. Comes off, goes back to Yackel. Yackel finds Jaden in the slot. Amazing save by the goalie. Oilers send the puck down. It's going to be an icing. We'll go back the other way. So we've got still Yackel and Roman on the front end with Nelius and Bodie on the back end. Still 4-on-4 hockey for 1 more second. Puck drops. Now we're on the power play as soon as Greeny comes out of the box, goes across. We've got Warzy on the ice, so now it's 5-on-4 for the next 40 seconds. Puck over to Yackel. Yackel's going to dance in. Takes a look. Oh! Goes wide. Had the open net. Couldn't get the shot off. Bounced off. Nelius picked the puck up, tried to get the shot that hit Yackel's feet, and the Oilers are able to clear the puck out of the zone. Comes down to the far end. Bodie's going to pick that up off of Vukovic's stick, come out from behind the net and wheel. He's going to keep carrying it up across the red line. Hammer it hard in around. Warzy's going to get to that puck, slow it down so Yackel can control it. Yackel moves it across to Sawyer. Sawyer's going to pick it up and carry it down into the corner. Take a look for an outlet. Carries it behind the net. Draws more players low. Gives it to Yackel. Warzy gets the Hattie. Almost the natural. Yackel to Warzy. Warzy with a one-timer redirect right in front. Perfect. Almost looked like they meant to do it. 4-2. TA's up with 2 minutes and 7 seconds left in the second period. So we've got coming out Gavin, Keon, and Spainer on the front end with Learsy and Gator on the back. Puck drop, one back to the Oilers D. They're going to gain control, try and move it across, and they get the pass connected. Learman breaks that up off the skate. Vukovic plays that up to Spainer on the half wall. Spainer kicks that out to Learman, that gives it to Gavin, gives it to Keon, back to Learman. Learman with a shot, and a glove save, and a whistle. Face-off will be to the left side of the Oilers' tender. Gavin in for the draw, no change of skaters. Puck drops. Gavin shoves that ahead, has control in the corner. He's going to take a look, cycles it down for Keon. Keon puts it out in front. Gavin gets control. Shot, puck laying there right in the crease. No one able to get to it, but the Oilers. Now Keon has it. Walking through the slot's going to take a look. Goes for the shot, and sticky puck stopped there at the hash marks, and he didn't get the shot off. Oilers come up with it, try and exit the zone. They move it D to D. Try to go across, but it hits Spain in the shin pads and bounces back in. Oilers have control, giving chase. We have Keon and Spain down low in the corner. Gavin able to pick the puck up, try to move it out. Bouncing puck gets iced out, and it will go down the full length. Icing on the Oilers. Face-off will be back down to the right side of the Oilers tender. Getting some fresh legs on the ice. We got Greeny, Gonzo, and Spencer coming out on the front end. It looks like Longer and Nelius on point. Spencer in for the draw. Ties his man up. Gonzo has the puck, shot off the goalie's face mask. Goes to Green. Green tries to get that back to the D and whips on the puck. He's able to keep it in on the blue though and cycles it in. Spencer picks that up in traffic. Battle for it in traffic, comes popping out to the back end of the Oilers. The Oilers take a look, go off the glass and try and get it out. It bounces past everybody. Longer picks it up. It's going to go behind our net. Take a look and try and find somebody to get the pass to. He goes off the board to Gonzo, bouncing puck over 2 sticks. Full length, no icing, went off an Oilers stick. They get it, Gonzo giving chase. Now the Oilers ping pong it back the other way. Longer giving chase, that's not going to be icing either. He goes D to D to Nelius behind the net. Goes up to Greeny. Greeny's going to carry it. Get over the red line, probably going to try and handle it deep, and he does. He goes around behind him, the Oilers tender stops it. Greeny's going to make another hit behind the net. Oilers pick it up and come back the other way. Taking a look, trying to thread the needle. That's going to be an icing. With 3.7 seconds left in the second period. Face off to the right side of the Oilers tender. We've got Roman, Yackel, and Wurzy coming out on the front end with Longer and Nelius on point. See which way Yackel tries to win this one with only 3 seconds left. Roman gets the puck on the half wall and takes a hit, and that's going to be the end of the second. All right, so starting the third period, we've got Yackel, Roman, and Wurzy on the front end with Jaden and Bodie on the back. 4-2 at the start of the third. Yackel in for the face-off. Oh no, Roman in for the face-off, sorry. Puck goes back to the Oilers D. They try and clear it up, it gets gloved down. Yackel giving chase, they move it up to the wing, up through the middle, broken up by Bodie. He's going to turn it around the other direction. Gets tangled up at our blue line and stays in our end. Bodie gains, recovers that one. Ends up going down low in our corner. Jaden in there. Comes up with the puck. Moves it up to Yackel. Gives it to Roman over to Wurzy. Wurzy's going to carry it up. Wurzy's going to take a look. Gives it to Yackle. Yackle's going to move that over to Jaden. Jaden's going to fire a shot. Easy save for the goalie on that one. Give me a whistle to the right of the Oilers. Fresh legs on the ice. We got Learman and Gator on the back end with Keon, Spainer, and Held on the front. Face off to the right of the Oilers tender. Looks like a running clock. Oilers try and butterfly that out of the zone. Gator giving chase. Hopefully doesn't get an interference call on that one. Vukovic plays the puck to Learman. Learman moves that back over to Applegate. Off his stick. Held breaks up that pass. Takes a look, finds Keon out in the middle. Keon's going to give it to Gator that's coming up the ice. Gator's going to feed that over to Spain as they cross the blue line. Spain's going to carry it, try to get it back to Gator. Gator tips it on net, another rebound. Both saves by the Oilers goalie. Gavin down low, battling in the corner, and Spain comes in to help, comes up with the puck. Tries to move to Keon, it gets broken up. Puck comes up the half wall, where Gavin is battling for the puck. Oilers get it higher at the full end of the ice, and that is going to be an icing. Looks like they're trying to get the cherry picker back behind us again. Looks like it's run clock with 13:39 left on the big clock here. They've been leaving it running. We must be short on time. So we got Lager and Nelius out on D. Gonzo, Spencer, and Greeny on the front end face off to the left of the Oilers. Spencer in ties his man up. Gonzo couldn't come up with the puck. Now he does. Backhander on net, and it goes in. Gonzo with 2 goals today. Warzy with 3.
Not sure what's up with the clock.
Now the clock is stopped with 13:17 left. Five to 2. No change of skaters for Team Alaska. Gonzo comes up with the puck, carries it and feeds it to Greeny. Greeny loses it coming through the slot. Spencer has it now. Back to Greeny behind the net. In his feet, Spencer gets it, puts it back to Nelius on the point. Nelius takes a step in, takes a look. Shot just wide of the net over to Gonzo. Gonzo with a backhander that's kicked away by the goalie. Oilers come up with it, carry it out past the blue line. Going to try and move it over to red. They get it in deep. Lager's back to recover the puck. He's going to tie up the man, and Spencer gets the puck, makes a pass to Greeny. Greeny should go off the boards to Gonzo. It's taken up by the Oilers. Spencer in with another hit. Nelius picks that up. He's going to move that back to Long. Long's going to come over to Gonzo with the puck. Gonzo off the boards and deep. Spencer giving chase. Oilers move it D to D. Puck goes into the far corner. They move it back D to D, and now we have, looks like Yackle and Warzy on the ice. Yackle tries to move the puck out to get it to Warzy. It goes past him all the way back to Bodie. We have Bodie and Mack on D with Yackle, Warzy, and Roman on the front end. Puck bouncing on their blue line. Warzy there. Battling. Roman has the puck, moves it over to our D. Jaden recovers that. Is going to start blocking up the ice. No one to pass to. Tries to chip it ahead. Oilers are offsides, luckily. That would have been a 2-0 on us. They've been successful getting the man behind all of our players and nobody really noticing it until it's almost too late or too late. So no change of skaters. We got someone right here on the right side. Puck back to Bodie, moved up, it's tangled up right in the neutral zone, right short of the red line. Warzy pokes that pass. Oilers try to move it across. Yackle there. Oilers come up with it, coming through the neutral zone. Coming in one-on-one against Bodie. They get a backhander on Vukovic, which pops out. Jaden recovers that. Tries to move it up to Roman. Roman to Yackle. Yackle tied up, gets kicked back to Bodie. Bodie's going to carry that around behind the net. Look for an outlet. He's going to shovel it to Warzy. Warzy's going to try and sauce that over. Goes off of the leg. Back to the Oilers. Jaden has control. He moves it up to Yackle. Yackle and Warzy come through the middle, 2-on-3. Yackle's carrying it wide. Whiffed shot on the puck. Warzy picks it up, moves it to Roman. Roman's going to carry the puck, take a look, cycle it back down low. Bounces off the dasher to Yackle. Now it goes behind the net. Yackle and we're all there. Move it out. up to Applegate in the slot. Applegate gets a shot just wide. Jaden is not holding the blue. We've got a guy back behind us. So he dropped way back off the blue line to cover the cherry picker. Now Roman picks up the puck. We got Roman and Yakel and Keon on the front end with Learsy and Applegate on the back. Oilers come up with the puck, come down the ice 4-on-2. They come over the zone, trying to get a shot. Learman twice goes to the half wall. Yakel feeds that out to Keon. Keon not able to chip that out. Just tangled up. Roman finds Keon. We got 3-on-1 with a back checker. Keon drops that. Oh, they try to move it across the Applegate and it doesn't connect, a little bit short. Puck goes into the corner. Keon battling by himself in there, so the Oilers carry that puck up across their blue. Come to the center. Gavin on the back check makes contact with the body and it breaks up the play. The Oilers carry the puck in. Gavin with the body to get the puck out. It goes on again. Keon to Spain. Spain gets a shot that blocker to the side, goes low in the corner. Spain cycles that low to Gavin. Tries to feed that out to somebody. Oilers pick it up. They come up the ice. 1-on-4. Applegate cuts the man off, forces him to dump it in. Learman back to recover that. He's going to move that over to Spain. Spain's going to take a look, try and find somebody. He moves it across ice to Gator. Gator's going to carry it up around one player, gain the blue line, move in. Tries to get a shot. It bounces off the defender over to Spain. Spain gloves it down and moves it to Stelrick. Stelrick shoves it across in front of the net. Gonzo picks that up. Holds that in on the half wall. Puck comes back. Applegate's going to hold that in on the blue. Fire it towards the net. It hits somebody. Squirts out the other way. We got a 2-on-1 with Longer back. Oilers shot. Kovic save. They try and chip it across. Longer breaks that up. Carries the puck behind him. Gives it to Gonzo to Spencer. Spencer's coming up the ice. And Gonzo 2-on-3. Now we have 3-on-3. Spencer does an escape down low in the corner. Greeny goes in to help mount Gonzo behind the net. Comes up with the puck. He's able to put that up underneath the goalie's glove. Tries to put it out in front. Nobody there. Oilers still have somebody back picking some cherries for us. Hopefully they give us a bushel of cherries. Nelius was covering the high man. They move it back to Nelius on the point. Nelius walks in. Great pass over to Spencer. Spencer gets a shot on net. The goalie was ready to save. Longer has the puck on the blue. Didn't realize he had the cherry picker coming in back checking on him. Able to break the play up. Longer back to recover the puck. Oh my God, he almost put it in on our own goalie. Luckily the Kovic was there and ready. Nelius comes up with the puck, moves it across to Warzy. Warzy's going to hammer that in deep. And we need to clean it up some. And I don't know what the deal is with the puck. It's been bouncing a lot, taking some weird bounces. Greeny with a solid hit on the half wall. Puck up in the air, drops right in front of Warhol. Oilers carried off the glass again. Jaden holds that in on blue, takes a look, fires it on net. Greeny there for the rebound, goes to the corner. They try and clear it out again. Glove down by Jaden. Jaden has a guy on him. He's able to get away from that one. Backhanded down low in the corner to Greeny. Greeny's going to shovel that out to Roman. Roman's going to move that back to Jaden. Jaden's going to dump that into the corner to Warzy. Warzy puts that up to Bodie. Bodie's going to carry that down into the corner. Going to keep control of it, feed it around to the far side. Jaden's going to pinch in. They try and send that out. Roman bats that out of the air and recovers it. Changes direction. 1-on-4. I don't even know what that call was for. He says offsides. 7:15 left in the third period. 5-2 TA. Face off just outside to the left of the Oilers goalie. We'll get caught up on the changes. We didn't have a whistle for a while. So we've got Yakel, Roman, and Keon on the front end with Learsy and Gator on the back. Face off one back. Gator to Learman. Learman's going to send that. Ooh, it gets deflected up and into the belly of the ref. The Oilers come up the other way with it. Broken up by Gator. Keon shot the puck down. Him and Yakel change directions. We've got 3-on-2 with a back checker. Yakel's going to cut in, give it to Keon. Keon back to Yakel. Over to Keon. Let's stick back there. Yakel feeds it back to him, and he just pokes it home. 6-2 TA. That was beautiful puck movement. We finally got rid of the bouncy puck and made something happen. Looks like we're going to have a change of skaters, get some fresh legs out. We've got Spainer and Gavin. Spainer, Gavin, and Keon as forwards on the front end with Learsy and Gator on the back. Puck one back to Applegate. He's going to move it over to Learman. Learman's going to move it up to Spain. Spain's going to shovel that to Gavin. Gavin's going to carry it in and move it across the slot. Picked off by the Oilers, and they change directions quickly. They're trying to send someone on the backside of our D, but we're getting smart to that. Puck goes deep in the corner. Learman picks that up. Carries around behind the net. Takes 2 hits on the way getting there. Still has control of the puck. Going to carry it up. We have 3-on-2. Spainer gets the puck poked away. Oilers shovel that, trying to get it past our guys again. Gavin back to pick it up, moves it up to Gonzo. Gonzo chips that in. I thought Gonzo chipped that in, but apparently he must have missed it. They called an icy on Team Alaska for that play. Face off to the right of Djokovic. 62, 6 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third. We've got Longer and Nelius out on point with Gonzo, Spencer, and Greeny on the front end. Puck drop, back off Djokovic to Longer. Longer up to Greeny, off his stick to their knee. High and wide back into the corner. It comes back up to the half wall. They try and get it in front. Spencer in the corner battling, comes up to the puck. Gonna carry it up. He's got Greeny wide. He feeds it to Greeny. Greeny goes in for the race. He ties the man up. Spencer picks his own pass back up. He's going to carry it around. Ooh, pass off the defenseman's stick and off their goalie and behind the net back to Long. Long's going to go D to Nelius. Nelius going to take a look. Fire a shot in. Spencer with the rebound, and it gets saved by the goalie and a whistle. Looks like no change of skaters, no movement on the bench for TA, so it'll be the same Gonzo, Spencer, and Greeny on the front end with Longer and Nelius. Face off to the right of the Oilers goalie. Spencer in for the draw. He wins that puck to the half wall. It comes back to Nelius over to Long. Long's going to walk in, get a shot. It gets deflected high and wide. Back to the corner. Green's going to battle it. Puck comes out to the middle of the slot. Long pinches in. Oilers come back. 2-on-1. They do an escape to buy a little bit of time. It gets broken up by Spencer, Nelius, and Long. Long's going to carry it around behind with Green. Green off the boards, but it doesn't clear the zone. Back in on Djokovic, and he picks that one. Gonzo able to clear that puck out. Oilers are going to recover back just past their blue line and circle back. We've got Yackel on the front end with Roman and Warzy with Jaden and Bodie on the back end. Bodie and Warzy break the pass up in the middle of the ice. Bodie's going to carry that in. Oilers going to ring that puck around. We're going to get there on the half wall and seal it off. The puck still comes out. They're sending 2 cherry pickers now. Warzy picks the puck up, carries in, gets a shot. Oh, that was Yackel, I'm sorry. Gets a shot on net, gets kicked to the side. As soon as the Oiler defensemen get it, they send at least one guy out past the red for the butterfly pass, sometimes 2. Warzy able to carry the puck back into their zone. They're sending the skaters long. That pass goes all the way through to Bodie. Kick back to the Oiler. He's just going to dump it in deep. Jaden's going to pick that puck up. Take a look, put that up to Yackel. Yackel's going to put that wide to Warzy off his skate, coming down the ice. And no icing. Oilers pick that puck up. They still got a guy standing out at the red line. Applegate is covering him. Applegate and Jaden on point with Warzy, Roman, and Yaks on the front. They move the puck up to their guy on the red line. Applegate able to break that up, send it back deep in their zone. Oilers pick the puck up, pass it up to their guy on the red line. He's going to move it across to the second one. Applegate's going to seal that off down low in the corner. They pass that back out to their point. Spainer goes off to block the shot. Jaden backs to the puck in the corner. Oilers someone going to try and get a shot on Jaden's leg. Comes across the slot. Spain recovers that. Gets that out over the blue. Loses the puck in the snow in front of the bench. He takes a look, carries it around, going the other way. We've got Spainer, Gavin, and Keon on the front end with Gator and Learman. Learman has the puck on the blue, moves it over to Gator, D to D. He's going to go back to Learman. Learman's going to get a shot on net, a floater that goes off the goalie's mask and behind the net. Oilers try and clear that out, and they do, but Gator breaks it up so it doesn't get to their cherry picker on the far side. Now the puck's in the neutral zone. Spain has it. It's going to move it over to Keon. Keon's going to give it up to Gavin. Gavin's got some room. It bounces off his stick. They drop it back. Keon picks it up though. He's moving through. He's going to feed it across. Spainer there, not able to get the puck on net, and it's tangled up on the back of the net. They're going to blow the whistle. Or not. The puck comes off the net. Now they blow the whistle. Now the ref gets stuck in the face. 2 minutes and 26 seconds left, 6-2. Looks like there's going to be a face-off to the right. Or face-off outside. They're calling a hand pass. So we've got Spencer, Greeny, and Gonzo on the front end with Sawyer and Longer on the back. 2 minutes, 26 seconds left in the third period. Puck drops, goes back into the Oilers' end. They're going to stop on the half wall, tangled up by Gonzo. Greeny recovers. Oilers cycle it back down. Gonzo there. Puck still down low, moves around behind their net. Spencer's going to come up with that, move it back to the point to Long. Long able to keep that in. Can't do much else other than fire it back in deep. Spencer there, going to carry it around behind the net. Tries to walk out in front. Floating backhander at the net, blocker down. Oilers come up with it. They're looking to send someone behind Sawyer on the far side. Sawyer was wise to that, didn't let him get past. Oilers carried in. Shot goes off to Kovic's blocker all the way out to the blue line. Greeny picks that up. He's going to carry that down. We got Greeny, Spencer, and Longer coming with Gonzo trailing. Shot goes off the blocker and wide. Longer there to help hold it in. Oilers come up with that, come out to the neutral zone, get tangled up. Team Alaska gains control, moves it over D to D. Sawyer has it. He's going to gain the red line and probably carry that into their blue. Going to keep carrying it down low and go behind the net, wait for some help to come in or an opening. He feeds it back to Jaden. Jaden's going to take a shot on net with Greeny there. Greeny's going to pick that up, move it back to Jaden on the point. Jaden's going to walk a little bit, hammer that back down into the corner. Oilers carry that around and try and float it out. Bodie and Jaden back on D. Jaden picks that up, tries to get it out of the zone. Jaden up with the shot on net. Bodie has a puck down the net. Off the boards, out, but recovered by the Oilers. They try and shove it back to their D. Their D picks it up. Roman and England. Yako with a great stick check on that. Moves it over to Warzy in front. Warzy off his skate, pucks up in the air. Goalie didn't know where it was for a second. Yako tried to bat it out of the air. And we have a whistle in front. 34 seconds left in the third period. We've got Applegate and Learman out on point with Yako, Marcotte, and Warzy on the front end. Puck drop in Roman's feet. Comes out. Oilers try and butterfly that out. Learman gloves it down, passes it over to Worrall. Worrall's going to carry that wide and down into the corner, puts it right across the crease over to Yako. Yako back to Roman, which tries to redirect it in front. Oilers pick it up, they send it icing to Kovic, who's going to come out and play that up so it's no icing. He passes the puck up to Warzy in the neutral zone. Oilers come up with it, try and change directions, going through the middle. It gets broken up by Yako.